Hello, I'm Rod Lindgren. This is the story of my lifelong journey in the martial arts. Part 2. January of 1975, I began my life at the University of Wyoming. I got there as early as I possibly could and moved into the dorms. I went immediately and got a class catalog. Now in those days, computers were pretty new. You had mainframes, and that was about it. Now the mainframe was this huge computer sitting in a room all by itself, and it probably didn't have as much computing power as the phone in your hand right now. But that's what we had. There was really no online, so you couldn't register for classes online or anything. What they did was they put out this class catalog, and it listed all the classes that were available for that particular semester. There was also a schedule in there that would tell you when you could enter the area to get your class cards. Now, class cards were punch cards, computer punch cards, for each individual class. You'd fill out a form just for your own reference, and that form listed the classes that you wanted to take. Some of them are required classes for your major, and some are elective. And I looked through the class catalog, and what did I find? Introduction to Karate. I thought, oh, finally, I'm going to get to learn karate. I had no idea what the style was, had no idea about anything, but it was karate, and I was going to take it. Now, I still had some of these insecurities about people laughing at me, and so I wasn't really sure I wanted to share this with anyone, but there was a guy in the dorm across the hall, and we got to talking about classes. And I told him I was going to sign up for karate, and he actually thought that was pretty cool. I thought it was pretty cool too. He didn't laugh. Hey, it's a whole new world, baby. You get a time slot, and at a certain hour of the registration day, based upon your class, sophomore, junior, senior, freshman, whatever, and the first letter of your last name, you were assigned a time at which you could enter the class card area, which was a gymnasium floor covered with tables for each class and each department in the university. So when my time came, I went in there, and the very first place I went was the PE department. Lo and behold, there was still at least one class card for the karate class, so I collected that. I'm going to get to take karate. How cool is that? Our first class was on a Tuesday at 10 a.m. I go into the room in my little PE outfit. You know, you had a little shorts and shirt they give you for PE. And I look around, and you know, everybody else is pretty much like me. A little variation in clothing, but not much. But it's really quiet in there. It's like everybody's a little apprehensive. I know I was. I know I wanted to do it, but boy, I wasn't sure what I was getting into. And yeah, I was a little nervous about it, and evidently I wasn't the only one. Finally, in walks this fellow wearing a University of Wyoming PE department shirt and sweatpants, and he introduces himself as Woody Jensen. Well, Woody, it turns out, was at that time a second-degree black belt in Ishin Shorinji-Ryu Okinawa-te, and he just referred to it as Okinawa-te. And he was going to teach us karate, and it turned out he was very personable, really made me feel comfortable, and he would start very basic. The most basic thing ever is the fist. And that's one of the first things he taught us, was how to make a fist. And I didn't realize it was that complicated, but yeah, there's actually a method to make a good, strong fist that's not, you're not going to break your hand when you hit something. So I think I ran around, let's see, that was Tuesday. Our next class was Thursday. I don't think I unclenched my fists that whole time. I was afraid I would never going to be able to make another fist, because I just didn't really have it down. And that's the end of part 2.